she needs some visas for this.
Hi everyone, I did promise that I was going to bring in an exclusive. So I'm here with the consul at the consulate, Mrs. Nini, Okey, Uche, and she is in charge of immigration, community relations, and diaspora matters. So I'm going to be panning over to her to speak on the process, her job, what her job entails, and just for those of us who are who have to deal with the consulate here in New York, you will probably be going through her office. Thank you for joining us, Ms. Okey Uche. Thank you.
Good afternoon, evening, I guess whatever time it may be, wherever you are. You've heard my name is Nini Okey Uche, and I'm the consul in charge of immigration, community relations, and diaspora matters at the Consulate General of Nigeria in New York.
What does your job entail?
Well, what it entails, from the designation, you can see that there are basically 2-3 segments to it. When it comes to immigration, our mission is one of the few missions that actually has immigration officers posted. We have a few of them in some key missions. So I have 2 immigration officers that I supervise. I supervise the department, and so they do the technical working with the machines and all, while I, so to speak, superintend over the section. So immigration covers everything: your passports, your visas, your letters requesting a police report, citizens identification, emergency travel certificates. So all those services that fall under immigration, I basically handle those. Then we move to community relations. Diplomacy is all about building bridges. So we're not just building bridges between our host country and Nigeria, we're also building bridges between the consulate itself and the Nigerian community. So that involves getting to know the Nigerian different associations, different individuals, putting our ear down when great things happen within our jurisdiction, congratulating them, attending functions regardless of where I come from in Nigeria. All of us are Nigerians once we're working in a Nigerian mission. So you're going for Oduduwa descendants functions, Igbo Union functions, Zumunta Association functions. That's all about community relations. And I could go on, but in a nutshell, it's building bridges between the mission and the community, as well as between the host nation, being America, and our sending nation, Nigeria. And then we have the diaspora matters. Nigerians in diaspora form the community. So really Diaspora Matters comes under community relations. But the senior special assistant to the president, Honorable Abike Dabiri-Arewa, she likes to hear the word diaspora. So we're trying to bring that out. That covers every Nigerian who is resident in the United States. You may have dual nationality, you may be visiting, but as long as you're resident here, that means you're in the diaspora. So basically, I coordinate them as well. We now have a diaspora commission in Nigeria, and so it's very important that we galvanize the diaspora.
So for those who were not here and were not able to listen to the live streaming we did, in a nutshell, what would you tell them it's all about? The Diaspora Commission?
It's all about recognizing how important the diaspora is, the wealth of experience, the expertise, not just the remittances, which are huge as well, but the fact that we are so recognized in this country in all the different fields. And these are fields where we need expertise back home. So it's just to tell the diaspora that regardless of what the situation may be, you only have one country of origin. And I think whatever you are today, you started from there. So it's to encourage the diaspora to think of giving back to Nigeria.
Amazing.
To think of using what they have gained, what they are, what they've achieved, to build their home nation. That's really what it's about. That's why we had the theme, uniting the diaspora, not just for the sake of unification, but for national development.
And what message do you have for Nigerians in diaspora all over the world?
I'd like to tell them to watch out, because there's going to be a big drive to get everyone to register with whichever mission you fall under. It's for 2 reasons. Not just because we need the database and the statistics, but because diaspora voting will indeed become a reality if we can organize ourselves to get registered. The national ID card that's been all over Nigeria, that drive is coming abroad. So please keep your ears to the ground. Make sure you register, you get your national identity card, because that will take you a big step closer to diaspora voting, which is something that we've all been looking forward to.
And I have to ask you something, I'll say personal. What inspired you to pursue a career in public foreign affairs?
Well, basically, I went a very un-Nigerian route. We know that our parents prefer that we study professional courses, and now that I'm a parent many times over, I understand why. But I happened to go to school in England, Rodin School in Brighton, and what they did was after your O-levels, they would gather one-on-one meetings and say what you want to be. And I didn't really have much of an idea. And so the guidance counselor looks at your results, and she was like, well, your A's were French, Spanish, English literature, English language. And she said, have you ever thought of something international? Maybe diplomatic, foreign service, or an international organization? And it stuck. I was made to believe, and my results showed that my strengths were on the international in the international sector. And so I had that in my mind. So when people were saying doctor, lawyer, and I didn't like blood, and I wasn't so sure, when I was growing up, being talkative was negative. So when people say you're very talkative, maybe you should be a lawyer, I'll be like, okay, that's not going to happen. So a guidance counselor showed me my strengths. And as far back as 1995, I joined the Foreign Service, and the rest is history.
Wow.
Yes, this is my 25th year in the Foreign
my goodness.
Service.
Now,
All I've ever
I have
done.
a question from Chris O'Philly, who is watching us live, and he says, what is the role of NIDO towards this drive?
Well, NIDO is not just another Nigerian organization. It is the organization that's been recognized by the Nigerian government back home. There is a Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, and so it has formalized the status of NIDO. It doesn't put down any other existing organization, because we're aware that there are some organizations that were in existence even before NIDO came into being. But NIDO is the chosen vehicle of government to get the diasporans together. So at the end of the day, if we're trying to do national ID cards in America, we're going to reach out to NIDO as well as other organizations. But because NIDO is a government-recognized channel, we're encouraging all other organizations not to come underneath NIDO, but to partner with NIDO so they can take advantage of those formal channels that are being created.
Thank you for making our time to speak with us. Appreciate it. I think that will be all for now. Abolade Shobola says a great job. It was worthwhile. It was a worthwhile weekend in the midst of accomplished Nigerians in diaspora in the U.S. Kudos to all who helped to put this together, and the distinguished panel members. And I really want to thank you for the way you handled this event. It was first class. Yesterday was amazing, and even when there were hitches here and there, you were able to maneuver. I guess it's something they teach you in foreign affairs, right? Is that how do they teach you that in protocol?
No training at all, but I've always pretty much been into public speaking in one way or the other.
Right.
My mom used to say maybe a bit forward, but it was a boldness.
Okay. Well, thank you. We're going to let Mrs. Uche leave. She has other people waiting to see her. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much too. God bless.